No one prepares you for this part of life. They teach you how to work, but never how to stop. You spend decades building your life, saving what you can, hoping it will be enough. And one day, you finally stop working. You call it freedom. No alarms, no boss, just time. But time is not always a gift. Sometimes it's a test, a slow test, a quiet one, that most people fail. Not because they're careless, but because no one warned them. What retirement really feels like. It doesn't break you overnight. It happens slowly, almost invisibly. Small mistakes, repeated daily, until they become damage. And by the time you notice, it's already too late to fix anything. The first mistake is simple, but extremely dangerous. You don't know you're spending. You see your savings, and you feel safe, because the number looks big. But you never calculate how much you actually use every single month. Food, bills, insurance, subscriptions, daily spending, hidden costs. Individually, they look small. Together, they become heavy. And slowly, your money starts to shrink, faster than expected. Not because you're reckless, but because you never tracked it. You never knew the truth. And retirement changes everything. There is no new income, only withdrawals. Every dollar you spend is one step closer to running out. The second mistake feels good. At first, it feels like freedom. You're tired of working. You want to rest. You believe you've earned it. So you stop early, without fully checking if you're ready. But retirement is not emotional. It's mathematical. And time doesn't care. People live longer now, much longer than before. And that changes everything. Your money must last. Not 10 years, but maybe 30. And if it doesn't, you won't feel it immediately. You'll feel it later, when your energy is lower, when your options are fewer, when it's harder to restart. And that's the trap. Retiring early feels like winning, until it becomes pressure. Because one day, you may have to work again, but not by choice. The third mistake is trust. Too much trust in one income source. Many retirees depend on one thing, Social Security, and nothing else. They believe it's enough, because it's stable, because it's guaranteed. But stability is not the same as security. It only covers the basics: food, rent, utilities. But life is not basic. Life is unpredictable and expensive. Prices increase, needs change, emergencies appear, and one income cannot handle everything. It was never designed to. You need flexibility. You need backup. You need options. Without them, one problem is enough to break your system. The fourth mistake is quiet, but very expensive. Ignoring unexpected costs. Most people plan carefully. They calculate everything, but only for the ideal life. They imagine stability, predictable bills, a calm routine, but life doesn't follow plans. It interrupts them. Without warning, a broken roof, a car repair, a sudden expense. At first, it looks small, something manageable, something temporary. But then it repeats, again and again. And every time it happens, it takes more than money. It takes confidence. Because now you're not just spending, you're adjusting your future, one mistake at a time. When you were working, you could recover. You had options. You could earn more, work overtime, fix the gap. But in retirement, there is no recovery speed, only slow decline. Every unexpected cost pushes you backward without a way forward. And the worst part is, you never planned for it. You never expected it. You prepared for comfort, but not for disruption. And life is full of disruption. So what happens next is not a crisis. It's a slow leak. A leak in your savings. A leak in your confidence. A leak in your control. And you don't notice it until it becomes serious. Until it's too late. That's how retirement breaks. Not in one moment, but in many small ones. Each one manageable. But together, they become overwhelming. At this point, you still think you're okay. Nothing feels critical yet. You still have money. You still have time. You still feel in control. But something has changed. You feel more careful, more cautious. You start thinking twice before spending anything, even small things. And slowly, Freedom becomes limited without you realizing it. You worked your whole life to feel free, but now you start holding back, not because you want to, but because you have to. And this is where most people begin to feel it. The hidden pressure. Not loud, not obvious, but constant. And it stays with you every day, in every decision. The fifth mistake is not about money. It's about meaning. Losing your purpose. After you stop working, after everything slows down, for years, your life had structure, a routine. You had somewhere to go, something to do, someone to be. Your identity was clear. Your role was defined. Your time had direction. Then one day, it all disappears. Completely. No schedule, no responsibility, no urgency. At first, it feels relaxing, peaceful, almost perfect. But after a while, that silence grows. That stillness expands. And slowly, you start asking yourself, what now? You wake up, but you don't feel needed. Not anymore. There's no urgency, no responsibility, no pressure to act. And at first, that feels like peace, like freedom. But freedom without direction slowly turns into emptiness. Without you noticing, days begin to blend. Morning becomes afternoon. Afternoon becomes night. Nothing feels different. Nothing feels meaningful. Nothing feels urgent. You're not tired, but you're not excited either. You just exist. You sit longer. You move less. You think more. And thinking, without purpose, becomes heavy. That's when it starts. The quiet weight of doing nothing. You begin to question things, not loudly, but internally. What am I doing now? What is my role? What's next? And the silence answers, nothing. There is no clear answer, because you never planned this part. You planned money, but not meaning. And meaning is what keeps people alive, not just breathing. Without it, time feels slower. Days feel longer. You start avoiding mirrors, not because of age, but because of truth. The truth that you stopped growing a long time ago. And retirement just revealed it clearly. This is the part no one talks about, but everyone feels. At this point, it's not about money anymore. It's about control. Control over your time, your decisions, your life. And slowly, you realize something. You're losing it. Not all at once, not dramatically, but gradually. Through small choices, through small mistakes, through small delays. Things you ignored, things you underestimated, things you postponed. And now, they're all catching up. At the same time, this is how retirement fails. Not loudly, but silently. No warning signs, no alarms, just slow decline. And most people don't even realize it until it's too late. So if you're watching this, before retirement, you still have time. Time to understand, time to adjust, time to prepare. Because once you retire, you don't get many chances to fix mistakes. Everything becomes slower, harder, more limited. So don't ignore this. Don't delay this. Don't underestimate this. Don't retire without knowing your real expenses. Not guesses, real numbers. Don't retire early. Just because you feel tired, check your math first. Don't depend on one source of income. That's a fragile system. Don't ignore unexpected costs. They will come. And don't retire without a purpose. That's the most dangerous mistake. Because retirement is not the end of your journey. It's a new phase. A phase where everything you built gets tested, not by others, but by life itself, every single day. And the question is not, did you work hard enough? That part is done. The real question is, did you prepare well enough for what comes next? Because the future doesn't care about effort, only preparation. And preparation is what separates peace from regret. So think about this before it's too late, before it becomes real. Because one day, you will stop working. That day will come. The only question is, when it happens, will you be ready?